Using the unit circle, we can pretty easily identify the cosecant of 5 pi over 6. So I'm going to look at my unit circle. 5 pi over 6 is right here in quadrant 2. Cosecant is the partner of sine. So what I'm going to do is identify the sine value, and the sine value is always y. And then I'm going to take the reciprocal. So let me write some of these things down. So cosecant and sine are reciprocals. So I'm going to figure out what the sine of 5 pi over 6 is. And remember that that's always your y value. The sine is. So the y value was 1/2. So if I want to know what the cosecant of 5 pi over 6 is, I would take 1/2 and flip it upside down. So my final answer would just be 2. Now if you were not using the unit circle, before we can do our angle, I think it would make our lives easier to figure out what 5 pi over 6 is in degrees. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to multiply by 180 over pi. The pi's are going to cancel each other out. When you multiply 5 times 180 and divide it by 6, you're going to end up with 150 degrees. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to plot 150. I'm going to draw it in standard position here, and it would look something like that. Now I'm going to turn this into a triangle, and I have to figure out my reference angle. Since we're in quadrant 2, I'm going to be taking 180 minus my angle, which is 150. And when you subtract those two things, you get 30. So this is a 30-degree angle, and this is at my 60-degree angle. So this is be my x value and my y value. And this is the part you should hopefully have memorized. The radius or the hypotenuse of your triangle will always be 1. Across from the 30-degree angle will always be 1/2, and across from the 60-degree angle is always the square root of 3 over 2. Because we're in quadrant 2, we'd have to go left to get to our point. So our x value is actually going to be negative square root of 3 over 2, and then our y value would still be positive because to get to the point we would go up. Now that I have everything here, I still want to do this pretty much the same process. So I'm going to focus in on the sine value because I know that sine and cosecant are reciprocals. So that's pretty much what I did up here is I wrote down what's the sine of 150 or 5 pi over 6. And then I took that value and I took the reciprocal because I know that the cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So either way, our answer is 2.